I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like
You got all that crying off your system.
Hey boy, I just can see a fix. Like I can just see a fix from a mile away, bro.
They're gonna do it every time.
That
Prime
shit damn
time
near feel
football.
like our game against the Saints all over again.
Don't even trigger me, bro.
Hmm?
I said, don't even trigger me. Don't even trigger me, bro. So if you're live under a rock, the Carolina Panthers were notified behind closed doors that the referees fucked off the T-Mac call. But I mean, what do we expect from the NFL? NFL officiating, Vegas, right? So when you hear the like tinfoil hat theories about the Panthers are the most bet on team, and then somehow we lose to the Saints, well, you can just thank Vegas for that. But we won't make excuses. Welcome to FPFO Live. I'm your host JJ.
I'm your co-host Terrence. Hey, we had already mentioned something about that ref earlier in the game, during the game.
Oh, from the jump.
He was all new and shit. I just already knew.
From the jump. From the jump, bro. From the jump. I already knew it was about to be tough sledding, bro. That's why I tried to tell you at halftime that what we had did wasn't enough, bro. Because with some shit like that, bro, you got to go ahead and just get ahead. Just get damn it ahead. Because they going to try it and they going to do it every time. It's not even a try. They going to do it every time.
I
For
didn't know
sure.
the fix was in, bro. I didn't know the
Yep.
fix was in.
1,000%. 1,000%. How you feeling? So I'll go ahead and say this because I will say.
No, let me say it. Let me say it.
Okay.
Cause
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so y'all know all of that shit he was talking at the beginning of the season when he beat me in fantasy during the regular season. He beat me by 5 points when I started y'all boy Sam Darnold. Or not
Not
Sam
Sam Darnold.
Darnold,
Andy
fucking
Dalton.
Andy Dalton. Oh my god, Puka to the crib. Whoo! Okay, my fault, my fault. But when I started y'all boy Andy Dalton and he got me 1 point against the Bills, JJ beat us in our fantasy league. This is a big money league, $150 buy-in. So 16 man, best league on the East Coast. So just imagine what that payout is. But you know what? He was begging for me to see him the first round of the playoffs. And I'm the number one seed in that league because not a lot of people can do what I do. Seen him the first round, clipped him, clipped him, clipped him, clipped him. Now he at home praying on my downfall. So that's just what I do. That's just what I do. And I got Puka playing tonight, and he already going crazy. So, you know, might need to go ahead and send me that championship trophy.
Coming into the game, coming into the matchup, we knew what we were facing off against. We knew that number one seed overall, highest scoring player in the league. But we wanted the path of most resistance. That's what I prayed and asked God for. He delivered it to me. And unfortunately, as a coach, I didn't do my part. I didn't do my part as a coach to put our team in the best position to win. I had the winning points on the bench with Gadsden, or tight end from LA. Wandale Robinson took a little while to get started. His matchup last week against whoever they played, Washington. So very disheartening. We'll say it was good, in a 16-man league. It was great to touch the playoffs again, but obviously once you make it in and once you start the season off, you have one goal in mind, and that's to win the championship. We came up a bit short this year, rather. Um, and it's one of those situations where you look back at the season and you look at some of the missed opportunities, and you just look at how the team was
Oh my
constructed.
God, bro. We don't want to hear this
Uh,
sob story, bro. We don't want to hear this
and
sob story.
you just got to roll with the punches and move on, man. So
Am I nice
very,
or what?
very tough loss. Yeah, your team is raw for sure. Your team is raw. I would say you and Scat have the best teams remaining in the league,
And
and
so you
Yak's team
think
isn't terrible either, actually.
so do you think whoever wins this game is probably gonna win the chip?
I think you have a lot of work to do because either one of the other teams that comes from the semifinals is going to be a dogfight. I mean, you're going to have to earn it, but all you want to do is make it. If you make it, you still touch 700. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And on
If
top
you
of the
want an accolade,
200,
it means something to you, ain't it?
and
The
on top of the
accolade means
two
something.
and on top of the 200 that I already got for the high score. No,
Oh, yeah.
it don't mean that much for me because to give y'all a backstory, I was in a championship a couple years ago, and I had Jamar Chase left to play, and they were playing the Buffalo Bills. I just want y'all to take a guess into the traumatic events that happened that game. I mm,
He been
I ain't
cursing
for,
his name ever since. He been cursing his damn it name ever since. It's sad. It's sad,
and they
really.
didn't they
Honestly.
did they didn't replay the game. So what was I down by like 18 points?
Yeah, you were clipped. It was over with. It was
No,
over.
it's Jamar Chase, bro. It's Jamar Chase.
It was
Prime
over.
time game.
Well, if you don't get it done this year, then you don't have that excuse anymore. Because ain't nobody dying again on the field. They'll scrape them off.
Mm,
They'll go to commercial and they'll scrape them off in the back of the green monster before they fucking let that happen again. No way they let somebody die twice on the field. No way. So, but yeah, welcome in. QJ, because Terrence eliminated me from Gods, unfortunately, I have to do you the worst way this week in FPFO's fantasy league. So shout out to everybody that's a part of our fantasy league with FPFO. Terrence, he's a one-trick pony, so he has one good team. I think he rolled out 5 this year. Maybe one of them made the playoffs, and that was in God. So
bro, stop trying to
you
speak for me,
just,
bro, because you don't really you
you know what
don't
I'm
know
saying?
what's
Like,
going,
you just gotta roll with the punches, bro.
bro.
Honestly.
You don't know what's going on, bro. You don't know what's going on. I don't know how many teams I rolled out, but all I know is the teams ain't really had no money behind them. So the ones that had actual money behind them, that's the ones that's in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the one I want every damn it year. Well, I'm in 3 money leagues this year. Actually, I made the playoffs in 2, got eliminated last week in guys. And then I'm in my uncle's league with some of my OGs and some of my cousins and shit. So there's some money over there too. So I'm hopefully I can get that one done. That's the goal. That's the goal at this point. Between that and the winner FPFO chip, I want Dylan. I want damn it Dylan. So I'm gonna do what's necessary. QJ, you're just a casualty of war, brother. Nothing personal. If you haven't already, make sure to tap in with us on social media at F4 Panthers fans only on Instagram and TikTok at FPFO_podcast on X. And also if you haven't tapped in with us on DSPs as far as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, tap in with us there. Go leave us a review, etc. So appreciate everybody being here tonight. I am on like hour 70 and a half, 71 of a 72-hour fast. That being said, after my game tonight, I already went ahead and placed my order. I already went ahead and picked it up. So we're not going to be doing this shit too long tonight because it's time. It's time. Very proud of the mental Olympics that I completed. Thank you, brother. But it's
72 hours?
72, bro. Yeah, 72.
That's crazy.
Haven't eaten since Monday, literally. On
That's
God.
crazy. That's a crazy feat. What's the longest we did? Probably like 48,
48.
something
Yeah, that's
like
the
that.
longest one. That's the longest
Yeah.
one. Actually, the last time that I tried to do 72, I think I ended up making it like 66 or 67, and I ended up like getting sick. Like my body was rejecting the fuck out of it, to be honest. So I'm
Yeah.
happy because I feel like I still have energy. Like if it was a situation where like I had to make it another 24, I think I would be straight for real. And I think that's progress. So hey,
Well, I would say please don't chance that. Have you
no,
been drinking your water?
I haven't, bro. That's another thing too. Like I
See, yeah.
literally, I'd say since Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've probably drank 7 or 8 bottles of water total. So that really be where I'm fucking off, to be honest. And
Yeah,
that's
you
why,
gotta have that water, bro.
yeah, bro. So, but I'm here now. I'm here now, and I survived it. So, what can I say?
Did y'all win tonight? Did you have a game?
Yeah, we won by I think like 22. Yeah, we won by 22. So
Mm.
it was still ugly though. It was still nasty as fuck. But I think my standards are just very high. And when we don't compete at the level that I expect us to compete at, is like, yeah, congrats. Like we're great. We won the basketball game. That's what matters, and we won by 20 plus. But at the same time, when I know we should have won by 50 plus, that's when I kind of get agitated. But it is what it is. We got another game tomorrow in Bladen County. So
Who y'all in Bladen County?
yeah, West Bladen.
Oh, y'all might clip them. They ain't never been good at nothing.
Oh well, yeah, we beat the fuck out of them last week already. So
cool. That was my rival high school.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we used to beat on them and everything. Except for baseball. They had a pretty good baseball team. Other than that, they ain't beat us in football, I think, since the school's been established. I ain't gonna cap.
Damn. So they ass.
Yeah, the closest year was my senior year. I think we beat them like 10-7.
Yikes.
Something like that. But yeah, they're not.
Did you see that championship game, bro? That ended like the final score was like 9-8.
Nah, I seen the one that was a high scoring game that was like 80 something to
Kinston and
yeah.
Fuck, who did they play? Kinston and somebody, yeah. But that receiver, that Tyreek Copper nigga, like when me and my pops was reffing, his pops is Terrence Copper that went to ECU, played for New Orleans, played for Dallas. So that's his pops. But that nigga needed like 125 and 2 touchdowns to like damn near own all the receiving records for a single season in North Carolina history. He had like 2 touchdowns and 170 in the first damn half. Committed to NC State. One of them won for Shosky. But all right, let's get into it. So the Carolina Panthers have yet another prime opportunity in front of them against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We did not get fortunate enough to have that flex position prime time. And to be quite frank, it's probably better for this team just based on what they showed us over the past couple of weeks. The past couple of weeks being the last like 15 or 16 weeks, just with the inconsistency and the youth showing up at times. But this is our game preview for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Usually we do these on Friday. I will be traveling to Charlotte this Friday after our basketball game, so we couldn't make it happen tomorrow night. And lives are just always better than pre-recorded as it pertains to streaming. So we decided to come on live tonight. This is our game preview for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll kick us off tonight, and then Terrence, I'll come to you. So for me personally, man, like I told y'all that I needed 72 to 96 hours after that Saints loss. I think it's been 72 or 96 at this point. So today was really the first day where I'm fully like, okay, like we have work to do. We have to move on. Like I said, to kick things off, like another huge opportunity for this Carolina Panthers team. I hopped in a couple of spaces this week. A few of you guys are still talking about, this team overachieving and doing XYZ. Well, first things first, we haven't overachieved, in my opinion. That's number one, because the season isn't over, so we can't even look at it holistically until the next 3 weeks are complete. That's number one. Secondly, to me personally, and I know that there's going to be a lot of you guys that don't agree with this. Terrence even might be one of those people that disagree. And I'm open to having the conversation. But I will say, for me personally, with the amount of opportunities this Carolina Panthers team has gotten, with the amount of injuries the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have suffered from, with them, losing 6 out of their last 7 or 5 out of their last 6 or whatever the case may be, right? With you going into Lambeau and beating Green Bay, you coming back home and beating LA, you beating Dallas when people really didn't give you a shot against Dallas week 5. All of these things, right? For me personally, with all the opportunities that you've had, if you do not get the job done and make the playoffs, for me personally, it will be hard for me, JJ, from FPFO, to look at this season as anything other than a failure. And that is the stance that I'm willing to take. So with that being said, the first step, quite simply, is to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday. They have a lot of injuries that they're dealing with. Their starting cornerback McCullum, he's out. I believe they placed him on IR, so he's done for the remainder of the regular season. We won't have to play him either time. Levante David, I think he's logged 2 no participations this week. They're starting linebacker, so that will be beneficial if he's not able to go. But even if both of those guys were able to go, based on what I've seen from this Panthers team, based on what I've seen from this Tampa Bay team, I believe if I come out and get the version, or if we come out and get the version of the Panthers that we know that we're capable of, I personally believe that this is a game that you should win. I believe it's going to be a dogfight, but with the game going the way it did last year in Bank of America Stadium, you should have beat them then on a down year when you only won 5 games. So that being said, I believe that we should win this game, but another huge opportunity, bro. And I just don't know if I can handle the weight, the emotional weight I will have to bear if the Carolina Panthers don't get the job done on Sunday. So that's where I am right now. Obviously, we'll dive into a couple of other things. I'll pass it over to Terrence just so he can give his intro, and we'll rock out. Shout out to the chat too, by the way. Shout out to the chat.
Yeah, just to respond to that, I don't know if I would deem the season a failure. I feel like you've seen a lot of improvements in both areas, specifically the defense. And I think if the defense stays together with a lot of young guys and a lot of the new pieces you brung in, like there can only be improvement from there, I feel like. So and then also with the offensive line, there was like 8, 9 different offensive linemen rotating in and out this season. And you was able to see good work from all of them. There's guys that you've seen that aren't going to be here long term. There's guys that you've seen that can be serviceable pieces going forward. But I think all in all, even with like the play calling, even with being able to beat teams like the Rams, like Green Bay, like being able to beat teams like that with such a young team, like I don't think it's a failure. Like I think there's things that you can take from this season that you can build off of and that are positive. But I also had this team going 7-10 in my predictions, and not to try to be like, oh, I'm just saying this because I want to be right. That's not the case, but that's truly where I felt that this team was at. Now, obviously, some of those games that they won, I didn't have us winning those games, but like I said at the beginning of the season, this is a very young team, and they've always had a problem with responding well after big wins and in big moments. So this is kind of what I expected from this team. So I don't think that if you don't make the playoffs, then it's a failure, because I think that next year there is potential that you can be significantly better if everybody stays healthy. If the same team comes back, then there's a chance that you can make a lot of noise in the NFC next year.
That's understandable. That's definitely understandable. And I know, and this is the thing too, like people will say, right, and this is shout out to Blasian, because Blasian was in a couple of the spaces that I was referencing this throughout this week. Just because like them niggas, niggas on Twitter really be triggering me, bro. Like specifically in those spaces, like but I'll just leave that there. Even I think that I mentioned this. Maybe this was actually in a space, but I'll mention it here since this is our platform. When we did the game review, or excuse me, the post game reactions with Quick Blitz, Vast, I was like, if people told you that the Carolina Panthers were 7-7 before the season starts, people told you the Carolina Panthers were 7-7, and all they had to do was win 2 ball games to get into the playoffs, you would have taken that. And my response to that was more or less paraphrasing. Yeah, I would have taken that, but I also expected it. So like people being happy about, okay, like Terrence, for example, you said that you had us at 7 wins, right? So right now we're kind of like on par based on some of the games that we've lost, that you had us winning, some of the games that we've won that you had us losing, whatever the case may be. More or less, like we're kind of right where you had us, right? And there are other people like that, but for me personally, every time I looked at this schedule, right, and I looked at this roster and the way it was constructed, I consistently came away with 9 to 10 wins every single time. I think at the beginning of the offseason, I was at like 11, right? And then kind of as the season or as the off season and training camp and things of that nature progressed, then I took a step back like a game or two. So I think that like I was thinking minimum, 9 games. So for people that are thinking like, oh, this team has outperformed expectations or things like that. I mean, I understand it. I get it. I do get it. I understand your point as far as like, you having more cap space, you having the ability to go add more talent, which I wholeheartedly agree that we have to add more talent. This roster is not talented enough to compete for a chip. It's not. I believe this roster is talented enough to compete for the playoffs and compete in the playoffs. But as far as a Super Bowl, I don't believe this roster is talented enough for that. But like you mentioned, there have been a lot of ups and downs. And when you look at like some of the conversation that I had again throughout this week, like in regards to the play calling with Dave Canales, like I guess to a certain degree, it's better to see him kind of like mature and develop in certain situations or whatever the case may be. But he's been very much like the team in regards that he's been extremely inconsistent as well. Like if we go back and look at that Saints game, there are some moments in that game where it's just like, bro, why the fuck, or why are we not letting Bryce do X, Y, Z? Why are we not allowing him to win us the ball game, right? Why are we going for it here? Why are we? So there's a couple of things. I mean, it's a couple of different pieces to it. But I
Yeah,
just
not
wanted to make sure that I put it on the record that like what my stance actually was. If this team does not make the playoffs for JJ, right? And I'm not telling y'all that y'all have to assume this ideology. I'm telling y'all for me, for JJ personally, if the Panthers don't make the playoffs this season is a disappointment for me. It is. I'm not going to say a failure. I may have started off by saying a failure. I won't say a failure because there's been a lot of good things that have come from this, but it would be a disappointment if the Panthers did not make the playoffs this season with the amount of opportunities they've been gifted.
Yeah, and I think it can be a twofold situation as well because, like, I understand that, especially when you see the positions that we're in. There's some games that we should have won, like the Saints game. When you look at games like that, or like how we started slow in Arizona and turned the ball over, you had an opportunity to win that game as well, even towards the end of the game. So I understand, like, coming into the season, like I had us at 7-10, but I will be lying if I didn't say throughout the season, seeing the teams that we beat and seeing the way that we lost some of these games, knowing that we were supposed to win those, that internally, like that win percentage went up ideally, but it still ended up back at the same point. Unfortunately, we're only winning 7 ball games as of now. So I don't know. I see it from both sides.
Sure. Understood. Um, so there were a couple of. I guess we can just go ahead and get to the injury report, or is that too soon? Let's talk about the matchups, or just the matchup as a whole. Baker Mayfield, I believe that this is going to be his second time in Bank of America Stadium, or maybe third. I think in 2 games he's averaged like 180, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been like really underwhelming. How do you feel about the matchup overall?
Um, like Baker has been very inconsistent this year. Um, and so I mean, I feel like we gotta like if this was the Baker from last year, I'll be a little bit more nervous, I would say. But being that Baker has been inconsistent this year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been inconsistent as a whole this year, and our defense has played very well in certain games. So I feel like I don't feel too like overwhelmed by the matchup. I would say, like, I feel like we have a very good chance to speed them up, to throw them off rhythm, and we have a chance to, win the game because of that. So I don't feel that highly on Baker this year as I felt last year because they won a lot of games that were close ball games that I don't think they should have won early on in the season. But at the beginning of the season, Baker was playing like an MVP candidate, but in up until this point, he hasn't looked the same. So, I mean, I don't feel too high on Baker as of right now, personally.
Yeah, I personally agree. And when you just look at like take the Saints game away, obviously, because we'll actually we'll watch. EJ's press conference from today. I haven't watched it, but I figured that would be a great family activity because I know the way that you feel about him. I know the way that a lot of people in the chat feel about him. I think it'll be a good family activity. It's like 12 minutes, so we'll watch that towards the back end of the stream. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you, bro. I totally agree with you. Like this Buccaneers team last year I will just say this Buccaneers team last year put more fear in my heart than the one this year. That version made me feel a lot more uneasy than this year, honestly. Because like you said, bro, there's like 2 or 3 games that I can point back to on the Buccaneers schedule where I'm just like, bro, them niggas real life should have been clipped that game. Like, no question about it. No question about it. And the 2 that stick out to me, like just off the top of my head, the Houston game on primetime, and then the 4:30 window with LA, I believe it was. Either LA or Seattle. They were on the road. It was an NFC West opponent, but it was one of those 2. And it was a shootout. But they ended up getting blessed at the end of the game with like a bullshit interception that popped off the nigga's face mask, right? So it's just like one of those situations where this team to me really should only have 5 wins. Honestly, right? And so when you're having those type conversations, like, and I just see you as not being the big bro of the NFC South or whatever the case may be, and like just looking at it matchup versus matchup, their offensive line really is not that special. They allow pressure, but in that same breath, the Carolina Panthers don't cause a lot of pressures on their own. So I think that, like you mentioned, if you speed Baker up, knock him off of his spots a little bit, don't allow Ibuka and Evans and McMillan and those guys to beat you, then you'll be okay. You'll be okay. I think that we'll be just fine with Bucky because even Bucky is not the same Bucky. And obviously, I know he dealt with the injuries at the beginning of the season. Like, he's been back for about a month now. But coming off of those injuries, he doesn't look the same. He looks very similar to what Chuba Hubbard looked like when he came back from his injuries. Now, he's been more productive because there's more volume, but even Bucky doesn't even look the same as his rookie year.
Yeah, and I would be remiss to think that, like, I also think that Baker could be dealing with injury too. Like, he took a lot of
The
shots in that
shoulder.
Falcons game. Yep, that
Yep.
shoulder he had that he was dealing with early on in the season. And Baker, he's the type of quarterback, he's just a tough guy, so he's going to try his best not to show it. But Atlanta really made him look uncomfortable when they played him. And I felt like he was playing a little hurt. And so based on that, I just think that gives us an opportunity, but it's all going to come down to what kind of mentality this team has going into this game. Really, it's going to be more of that than like the talent, the matchup. I think it's all going to be a mental thing, as we seen last week.
I agree.
What can this team respond mentally versus what they did last week, knowing what they still have in front of them? Because I think we get it a little like we should have beat the Saints, and that would have put us in a great position to be like in the playoff spot. But I think like even myself, I had to think about it a little bit. Like I think people are thinking everything is lost just because of the matchups that's left in front of us, which I can kind of see that train of thought. But it's like you still have a chance. And so as long as
No matter
those
who.
guys are feeling that same way and coming in with that mentality, the game can go either way.
Yeah, I agree. And I will say that that's why I said like this is the first day for me where I'm just like, all right, like let's just look at this thing holistically. Let's see what we have remaining. Let's just see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to play. At the end of the day, they got to kick that bitch off. And you're absolutely right. I think, and I'll even say for myself, like after that Saints game, bro, like I obviously am very, very much aware of the situation at hand. Like I know the playoff picture. I know if we beat Tampa this week and beat Seattle next, and Tampa loses to Miami, then we're in. I know that if we beat Tampa this week, lose to Seattle, but beat Tampa again week 18, I know that we're like, so I know the scenario, I know the situation. I've been very, very aware of that for the duration of the last 96 hours. But like you said, like I kind of got caught in that lull of things as well. Like it's just so frustrating and annoying, bro. I don't think that it's necessarily like, for me, I don't think that it was ever one of those situations where I felt as though it was over, but it's just like you just make the past so much more difficult. You make it so much more difficult. And I think that's what it was for me personally.
Yeah, and that's understandable, especially like coming off of a bye week with the matchup that you had against the Saints. Like that's one of the games where you're like, and they beat you early in the season, coming off of the Green Bay win, and that's like something where you like, all right, this team has to get this game back. Like this is one of the more easier games that you can get back, even though it's a divisional game. So in my mind, they can always go either way, but this one felt different because it's like you have to beat this team. I feel like you're the better team. Like if you want any chance at making any kind of noise, like you have to get this one back in blood. And then they pissed down their leg. So
Up 10
it's
points
tough.
in the fourth quarter. And I think that's what's very frustrating as well. You were up 10 points in the fourth quarter and you still choked it away. So, like I said, just a missed opportunity. And I definitely agree with what you're saying for sure as well. JC versus Mike. Every time and I'm gonna go ahead and say this too, and I'll go forward just so you're not even associated with this at all. But every time JC sees Chris Olave, every time JC sees black and gold, Saints black and gold, he gets his chain snatched. And I know that y'all don't like hearing it. I know that y'all, are on y'all knees with y'all mouths wide open with JC, and nobody can say anything bad about him. But unfortunately, y'all know who I am in this fan base. Y'all know I don't really give a fuck about how y'all feel about most things. Because the reality of the situation is when shit got tough, he got his chain snatched. He did. How do you feel JC will match up with Mike this coming week? Because we know Mike Evans was dealing with the injury. He came back Thursday night football against Atlanta, had 137, and it just felt like every single time, even if he wasn't targeted, AJ Terrell was getting called for a hold based on the route that Mike Evans was running. So how do you think JC Horn will respond to the noise that I'm sure he's hearing for his performance against New Orleans, as well as like just the performance itself?
Um, what was the game that we played before the
The Rams.
Rams game?
Oh, before the Rams. What was that? Week 12?
I'm trying to remember.
San Francisco, I believe. Right? Monday Night Football?
Was it?
I think it was Monday Night Football.
I can't remember. I don't know where I was going with that. I do know where I was going, but it's not the game I was thinking about. But either way, Mike Evans did look good against Atlanta, but that wasn't really on. AJ Terrell was doing a lot of holding, but they also did a lot of their work on Kobe Bryant as well because he is a rookie. So Mike Evans did a great job getting in space. And that's just not a guy that you should have on Mike Evans, even though it's his first game back. But I think that JC will respond well, hopefully, in this situation, just because he knows what's at stake. Everybody was talking about him and Mike Jack, how they ducked the media. Like, I think he understands all of that and understands the position that he's in and understands what kind of player he is and what kind of player he needs to be going into this game for this team to have a chance to beat Tampa Bay. So I personally think that he will respond well, but it's tough, man. It's
It
tough
definitely is.
because him and Mike Jackson have had some bad stretches this year. Like obviously there's a lot of good things that they've done, but they've also had a couple of bad stretches this year. And last game was just god awful, honestly, when it came to the secondary, especially in that last quarter, was just god awful.
Yeah.
So like I
And I
said,
think
the
let me
week.
let me interject this real quick. I'll go right back to you, but I think that it's alarming. You remember last year around this time, maybe a little bit earlier, where you were tweaking out on EJ because you were like, why the fuck are you still having miscommunications in week 12, 13, 14, 15? For me personally, it's a bit alarming that my head coach is coming out and saying the day after the game or 2 days after the game that we're having miscommunications in the secondary. And that's part of the reason why we struggled the way that we did in the fourth quarter. That to me is alarming. And that to me is a unit thing. But as a leader on the team, JC Horn, that should not be happening on your watch, in my opinion. But maybe I'm looking too much into it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it is too late in the season to be having those miscommunications, but it's kind of hard to pinpoint. Like, obviously, it's everybody involved, coaching, the players. But it's hard to like pinpoint the one thing because this is the same thing that happened last year around the back end of the season. So how can you really say it's one person or the other? Like it just doesn't really make sense because one, you shouldn't be having this miscommunication this late into the season, and then two, it's happened 2 years in a row.
Yep.
So like, where does that really stem from? Like, I don't understand what's going on there. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's
And
confusing.
it just always happens at inopportune times too. I'd say that honestly. Let me see. I saw somebody just ask a question about how has JC played him in the past. And off the top of my head, I honestly don't know. So I'm trying to see if I can pull some stats here. Let's see. I don't know. That's something that I'm unprepared to answer.
Well,
that
shit.
question.
I know last year Baker Mayfield threw like what 5 touchdowns on us, so somebody
Yeah,
was
that
getting
last
cooked.
matchup.
Somebody was getting cooked.
But JC didn't play that matchup, did he? I don't think JC played that matchup.
I don't know.
Because at some point or another, you remember they shut him down and we were rolling out fucking bullshit. Niggas that work at Food Lion now. You remember? Especially that Atlanta game. Like we were down to our third, fourth string corners. I think they shut JC down last year. Like at that point. I think. Nevertheless, I will tell you this. I like my chances with JC more than I do with Keith Taylor or damn CJ Henderson. Like, you know what I'm saying? He matches up very well just based on size alone. Like that's how Mike get a lot of his shit off, just because he's a big physical wideout. He ain't running the craziest routes. He don't got the craziest speed. But JC is a big physical corner. So just off the rip, like you gonna be all right.
Yeah, nah, I agree with that. Like both of them have like the same play style, if you will.
Yeah.
Like you said, both of them are physical in their crafts. They don't try to do a lot of flashy stuff. And I think both of them just have like a natural knack for the ball, like a natural eye for the ball. So I think all in all, it'll be a good matchup, but it's hard to say like who's going to look better.
Yeah. I'm pulling up our game log.
But if you do want to win the game, you need to neutralize Mike Evans for sure.
You damn near got to neutralize the whole fucking to be honest.
Well, that's gonna be hard to do. Somebody gonna have to get off.
Email. Well, I need to chill. They told me they already told me I had to get off my knees behind Tyler Shuck this week anyway. So
I mean, it's embarrassing, bro.
What I just
said they said based on what you was posting on X, you know, I won't be on there for real.
Well, I'm just telling niggas based on what that nigga did to us this season with a down year.
I'm not worried, bro. Person, I'm not worried. You shouldn't be either, bro. Stand up.
See, the first matchup against the Carolina Panthers last year for Mike Evans, he had 8 catches, 118 yards, and a tutty.
Jesus.
The second matchup, week 17, 2024, 8 catches, 97 yards, 2 tutties. So
that ain't good. That ain't good.
The nigga be having his way. The nigga typically be having his way. So that is the matchup that I'm gonna be most tuned into, honestly. And if only EJ allowed JC to travel, but I know it will never happen. But if only,
because EJ's soft. But you know, that's just my feelings personally.
Let's go watch it.
We're watching the EJ press conference.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God!
Getting towards the end of the season, obviously, and we know how critical all these games are. But as always, this is a great opportunity for us to continue to improve our football and work on our game, and with the goal in mind of always getting better each week. And
I just don't even like the way the nigga stands at the podium. But
I digress. Here you go. That's your boy. That's your uncle.
On our game, and with the goal in mind of always getting better each week. And so just want to really just highlight our players and just the work ethic that they displayed, the coachability, the effort. So we're just doing things the right way, and so I'm just overly joyed to come in each day and work with these group of men.
Hey, I don't know what triggered this conversation, Blasian. I don't know what triggered this conversation. Let me scroll up. You said T-Mac needs to show up this week, man. Where he been at?
Well, they hoard him out of a catch last week.
Well, yeah, they did, but he also dropped a damn it touchdown. And look what my nigga Blasian say. Don't respond. Don't even respond.
I mean, there's been plenty of them that went to him.
nigga.
There's been plenty of them that went to him and he dropped it. So we already seen that. We already seen that experiment. We already seen that experiment
last year.
And they're just really one of my.
He still has 0 drops on the season. Oh, that's going to be the best $50 you pay me.
That's because he don't get. That's because he can't. He don't get anything his way.
As we get into these games, we know how critical they are, and we know our best is required. And I couldn't think of a better group of guys to go into these critical moments with. And so we really want to be to thank our players for just all of the great work that they provide and give each day.
We'll kick things off with Mike K, followed by Cass.
Good morning, EJ. How you doing?
Good, Mike. How you doing?
Good. Question for you from a philosophy standpoint. When something's going on with my video, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, I was looking for your face there.
Yeah, boom. I don't know what happened.
You got to talk football, nigga.
An opposing offense is really doing a good job of attacking your core concepts. How do you stop yourself from being too reactionary and also still adjusting to their success?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. You always have to go into the game in mind that the things that you do best and the things that you feature the most, that's what they're going to be most prepared for. So it's really should never be a surprise that, you're getting attacked with the things that you do well and the things you put on tape more often than not. And so when those things happen, you obviously have to have change ups, and our defense has to have enough variety and variation where people want to go to these beaters for this coverage, then you have something to play off of it. And so it's always that chess game with the opposing offensive coordinator or play caller. But yeah, that's what we try to do.
And then at linebacker, where have you seen that duo kind of perform coming off both those injuries as of late?
Are you talking about Trevin and Boom?
Yeah. Inside linebacker.
Yeah. So Boom came back last week for the first time. Trevin was the second game back. And as always, it's whenever you miss time, you always got to kind of shake the dust off of it, especially coming off the bye week. But been really, really happy with what these guys have done so far and the work they displayed. And as like everybody else, we just got to continue to get better each week.
Hey, Jay, how's it going?
Good, Cassidy. How you doing?
Doing good.
Real answer for
you said this is the funnest group you've worked with in a while. Like, what makes them kind of stand out in that way?
Damn it, worried about having fun.
Well, one, the work ethic is outstanding.
So
the coachability is outstanding.
So of course,
every morning we come in, we start the meeting with good morning, and the guys are responsive. They're engaged in the meetings.
We want to know,
they're
EJ,
really, really, really into
after
football.
your defense got fucked in the fourth quarter, 65-yard drive in 45 seconds. How much fun are you having?
Worked with in a while. Like, what makes them kind of stand out in that way?
Well, one, the work ethic is outstanding. The coachability is outstanding. It's every morning we come in, we start the meeting with good morning, and the guys are responsive. They're engaged in the meetings. They're really, really, really into football. They care about their professions. They care about each other. There's no selfishness at all. And so there's just so many great characteristics about this group. And I think that's one reason that we've just continued to improve throughout the course of the year. And so, they've been a lot of fun to work with. And
you think you know David's story.
Shit.
A boy who became a
Get him off.
Obviously these games are very, very important, and we know how the ramifications of winning and losing in this league. but you still can't lose sight of just the day-to-day, because so much of our work is in the day-to-day. And when you have the enjoyment of coming to work every day, not only because of the coaches, but because of the staff as well, that's really just one of the best things about this profession.
And then just one more quick thing. Now that you've got almost pretty much a full season under your belt with this group, how has having Derek Brown back this year changed the defense from what it was last season?
Oh, it's tremendous. I mean, you see it in the run game, obviously, the pass rush ability. He's you can make the argument that he's been our most effective rusher in terms of affecting the quarterback and getting the sack production. He's a tremendous player. He's one of the better defensive players in the league, in my opinion. And yeah, so he makes a big difference.
Agreed.
Thank you.
David Newton.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey,
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. Wanted to ask you what's the challenge of facing Baker Mayfield, and do you have a Baker Mayfield moment in your repertoire that stands out?
Yeah, well, the challenge is he's one of the great competitors in this league for certain, and so he's going to fight. He's going to will. He's going to his teammates are going to follow him because of just the competitive nature that he displays. I think the biggest thing when you took a look at his skill set, he's got a big arm, so he can make all the throws, and his ability to keep plays alive, scrambling, running through tackles, that, you know, the plaster things that you need to do with the receivers. So those are the tough challenges that we're going to have on Sunday. Baker Mayfield moment. I kind of feel like when I was in Denver in 2023, and 2022, and we played them on Christmas Day. He was at the Rams at the time. We played him on Christmas Day down in LA, and you know, he was filling in for Matthew Stafford, who was injured, and he had a tremendous game against us. And I think that almost springboarded him to what he did in Tampa these last couple of years. And so, not a fond memory. So I feel like it's time for us to hopefully we could get on the other side of that.
He's
against
scary,
Baker.
bro.
And Dave,
yeah. Elaborate.
He's scary. He's scary, bro. Hey, man, we need you to tell us what you're gonna do to stop him. Not tell us what he did in LA. Yeah, when
how
y'all
you
played him.
springboarded the fuck nigga's career.
Bro, we don't care about that. Scary.
referred to the secondary as totally disjointed in the second half this past week. What did you see happening there?
Well, that's a strong statement. I would say that, like, you know, there's some areas that we could have been more.
What did you see jointed in the Dave?
Hopefully we could get on the other side of that against Baker.
And Dave referred to the secondary as totally disjointed in the second half this past week. What did you see happening there?
He did say that.
Well, that's a strong statement. I would say that, like, you know, there's some areas that we could have been more connected in the second half. But yeah, you know, we were playing a really, really good game up to those last two series. Some of those things I can certainly do a better job at in terms of.
No, I can't let him get that off, chat. I can't let him get. Anytime you allow an 11.5-minute drive, you can't say up to that point we were playing a great game. Hate to tell y'all.
Coaching, and in some of these areas we know we can execute better as players, and so, but you know, it's one of those things you can be off just a little bit here or there, and it can make a big difference, especially in those critical moments.
Appreciate it. Have a good Christmas if we don't see you before then.
Okay, same to you.
Joe Person, followed by Darren Gant.
EJ, we've talked to a lot of players over the last few days, and Dave, just about how difficult it is on your guys when a quarterback goes into a slide. What's the best sort of landmark? What do you tell guys in that situation for what's, you know, becoming a pretty difficult and somewhat controversial play?
Yeah, no, certainly those are tough moments, and there's really probably not a perfect answer for those moments, because I've been on the other end of so many times where guys let up and then the quarterback keeps running. And so it's a fine balance. I think the guys have to use good judgment. We always try to educate them each week in terms of the guys that are more likely to do those type of things, and just making those decisions, helping to make those decisions in real time. But yeah, those are tough plays, and there's probably a likelihood you'll never be perfect at them. And so we try to educate them the best we can. We try to teach them to try to react out of the tackling out of the strike zone, and we do the best we can.
Roseboom said you don't
One
have
more
to
thing
worry.
too, Joe. I just want to make the point too, like that was such a critical moment, obviously. But like kind of to the last question, that didn't lose us the game. You know, there's so many other areas that we could have been better at. So you certainly just can't put it on
I
that
agree
one
with
play.
that.
I'm glad you
I
damn
was
know.
going to just follow up.
Yeah.
Roseboom said you don't necessarily have to worry about Baker sliding so much. Has that been your experience, that he'd rather just try to lower his shoulder?
Oh yeah, no, he certainly will. That's his experience.
Well,
But
if he
like
didn't
again,
do, then fucking kill it, bitch. Cool. That's enough of that. How do you feel about that overall?
I just heard a bunch of nothing. I feel like I heard the same thing Dave Canales said the other day.
Coach speech.
Like, yeah, communication issues in the secondary. Tough
He
play on
did
the
say, I
slide.
will say though, he did say it was a quote unquote strong statement.
I mean,
Know,
hey,
getting a little of them coaching politics within the media.
well, we're just going off base what the head guy said. That's what the head guy said.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then if we're just looking at film, it looked like there had to be some communication.
Yeah.
Or maybe
that's
this is
very
just
true.
how you run your defense. I don't know, because there's been communication for the last 2 years in the back half of the season. There's been communication issues. So I don't know. Maybe it's a you thing. But I digress.
Maybe.
Because
Oh.
I'm gonna be a hater.
I would love to bring this up. How do you feel about this? I tweeted out, they fired Uncle Steve in New York. Damn it. EJ's contract expired at the end of this year. Damn it. Bring Uncle Steve the fuck back. Why not? How do you feel about it?
You know how we say, like, or you say that everybody is too emotionally attached to like players and stuff like that. I think that we can be running the same course with this situation. Like, obviously, what he did back when Frank Wright got fired and he took over the team and guys were wanting to play for him, and he had the team looking like a good football team. Like, if he would have been the coach the whole year, maybe things would have been different. But a lot of those same guys aren't in the room anymore. So that could look totally different if you bring them back. A lot of these guys don't know Steve Wilkes as a defensive coordinator. So, I mean, I say you go get best available if you decide not to bring EJ back. And if that's not Steve Wilkes, then it's not. If it is, then so be it. But I don't subscribe to the belief that, since he's now out of a job, that we should just bring him back. Because we've seen him get fired time and time again over the past few years. So you also got to take that into account.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
It's not a yeah, but
I'm not putting this most recent firing on him. Like, you ship my two best defensive players. My defense, when they were with me, when they were here, was good, serviceable. I mean, to this team, they only allowed 13. They only allowed 13 points to this offense. And I believe at that time they were top half in the better part of most categories. So, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, I'm just not I'm not putting this job that he's done with New York on him. They needed a scapegoat because they've been ass the whole year. They needed a scapegoat, and they traded away Quinnen. They traded away Sauce, and I don't know what else the fuck you thought you were going to get.
I mean, I don't agree that they needed a scapegoat and it was Steve Wilkes, because the whole team was ass as a whole, not just the defense. The whole team has been ass. I mean, you only won 2 ball games, 3 ball games. Like, you're not a good football team, unfortunately. You're just not a good team. And I don't think firing a defensive coordinator is a quote unquote a scapegoat.
Okay.
Especially,
I don't follow the Jets
never
enough
mind.
to know. What? Especially what?
Especially not Steve Wilkes. Like, we're not gonna be like, oh, the Jet. Nobody's about to be like, oh my God, the Jets fire Steve Wilkes. Nigga, we don't care. Like, respectfully, nobody around
You're
the
a
league
hating ass
cares.
nigga, bro.
I'm
You're a
just,
hating ass, bro. You're a
bro. I'm
hating ass
just
dude, bro.
stop.
It's
No,
sad, bro.
don't
It's
start
sad as
painting that
fuck.
narrative, bro. Don't start painting that narrative,
It's
bro.
sad,
But
bro. Honestly,
the people around the league aren't like, oh my God, the Jets fired Steve Wilkes. How could they? That's just a crazy firing. Nobody has ever said that. That's been how long ago?
facts, Miss
That's
Douglas.
that's been how long
Oh,
ago?
Ms. Douglas, my fault, Ms. Talk to that nigga, Ms.
What has he done since
You
then?
know,
Like I said,
got you on the brink of playoffs.
y'all are so emotionally attached to these players and coaches. Like, it's honestly sad as fuck. This goes back to when y'all were like, "Oh, we should bring Ron Rivera back." Y'all don't remember when y'all were saying that though a couple years ago. It's the same thing, bro.
You can never put that on my body.
It's just it's the same. So you don't remember when fans were saying that?
I listen. I'm not
Bro,
saying that it didn't happen.
nigga, don't rage bait me, bro.
No,
Don't try to
listen.
rage bait me. Don't try to
Listen,
rage bait me.
Listen, buddy. I'm not gonna say it didn't happen. I'm just saying I don't remember it. That's number one. Number two, I know I was never a part of that group. So you can't be talking about me in that group. So no problem. I have no issues with it.
Sad. Pathetic.
Obviously it's a little bit different this week because it's only Thursday. So we don't know who's going to be able to go, who's not up to this point. People were a bit alarmed with some of the injuries that we saw Wednesday practice. T-Mac was one of those guys. JC was another one. Ike Mikwanu, that is the one that really stands out. I don't believe Ike is playing this week. I don't know who they're going to decide to go with at left tackle this week. It might be Yash. So everybody just mentally prepare for that, because I don't believe that Ikem Ekwonu is going to be good to go. He got an MRI on his knee, I believe, Tuesday or Monday, rather. And we didn't hear really much else outside of that. He didn't give any straight answers. He was available for the media, I want to say yesterday. He didn't give any straight answers. We know that this organization and this team in particular likes to play things close to the vest as it pertains to injuries and things of that nature. I believe Ikem Ekwonu will be out on Sunday. Huge blow.
I'm just curious.
With
this Turk,
Miz said it would be Yash. So if Icky can't go, then it's Yash.
like with this Turk injury, like, did him tripping like just put him out like, is he about to be out the whole season? Like,
don't get me started on him. He's ass to me. I had niggas trying to tell me that, when I said Bobby Brown the third should have been starting or should be starting because Turk Wharton ain't did shit, I put a tweet out from FPFO about that. They told me, you're suffering from recency bias. Turk hasn't been that bad, et cetera, et cetera. Well, let me just fucking put it this way. The bitch ain't been worth $23 million. And I say bitch just as a pronoun, not disrespectfully. I don't know Turk as a person, so I'm not speaking to his manhood. I'm saying it as a pronoun. He hasn't been worth fucking $23 million. Can we all agree on that? Since we can't agree on Bobby Brown should be starting because the way he impacts the run game. It ain't like Turk is fucking. Yeah, it's not like this nigga Turk is creating immense amount of pressures on his own. It ain't like that nigga got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sacks. Fuck. He ain't impacting the damn game that much. And there's been a multiple times that nigga has been on the bottom of them PFF grades. And again, as we always say, PFF is not the Bible. So I understand that. But he has not been good. So transparently, if he can't go, I don't give a fuck. Just a waste of $23 million anyway, based on the production that we've gotten or lack thereof. So that's how I feel about Turk Wharton right now. Honestly,
Yeah, it's
God honest
nasty.
yeah. T-Mac was another one of those guys on the list. Believe Dave Canales said he got rolled up on in the New Orleans Saints game. He didn't practice Wednesday, but good to go, full participant today. JC Horn, very, very similar. I think he just got a rest day, no helmet for him yesterday. Today, full participation. Another name on this list that may intrigue a couple of fans, including myself, David Moore. The Carolina Panthers opened up David Moore's 21-day practice window.
Shout out David Moore.
So we could be seeing David Moore soon. Any feelings towards that?
I mean, he definitely was serviceable when he was there. I know he made a couple big plays last year, but I know earlier in the year he got his arm slung out of place against New England, which is what should have happened when you try to stiff arm, break his arm. No disrespect, but that's how you should play football.
Actually, and can I just chime in? Absolutely what the fuck you're supposed to do to a nigga that's trying to stiff arm you. You take it and you break the motherfucker. Yes.
But I think that I think that he's a good weapon for Bryce. I think that's a receiver that Bryce trusts. He's been with him for a couple of years now. He served in more of a role that Jimmy Horn was trying to play in earlier this season. Like you've seen David Moore taking a lot of those snaps. So I would expect that to revert back to the same. And Jimmy Horn, we haven't seen a lot of him anyway, but that could decrease reps for like Bryson Tremaine.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that David Moore coming back and the way that Coker has performed since he's been back from injury, do you believe that David Moore returning will cut into Xavier Leggett's rep share? Yes or no?
I think it could. I don't think this first game back, maybe not, because he's just getting back into the swing of things. But I think it most certainly could, and that's where I was going to go next. Like completely cutting Bryson Tremaine out of the equation, which will be likely to happen, but also cutting into some Excel's playing time as well. Because him and Bryce just ain't on the same page. It doesn't seem like.
Or Bryce just is on his dick and doesn't like him. Have you ever thought about that being an option? I had a full-blown 35-minute argument with a nigga yesterday in the spaces about Excel.
Because you think Bryce just doesn't like Excel?
No, not
like, why would that be?
I don't think that he doesn't like him. Just the fact that it's just so funny and ironic to me that every other receiver in the fucking room can get accurate targets and good targets, but Excel can't. Like I mentioned yesterday in the space, even the bomb that Excel caught, the 33, 34-yard catch the other day. Now, I know Bryce was getting hit, right? So this one is kind of mute to a certain degree.
Then let it be
in that same breath. No, I damn it can't, Terrence, because even that play, God forbid. Oh my God! Hey, if he would have dropped that pass, oh my God! If he would have dropped that pass, they would have been calling him everything but a child of God. They probably would have called him an N-word with a hard R. Yeah, most definitely, because that's how y'all treat them. So hey. Nigga tried to tell me historically we know after a receiver's 2 seasons what they're gonna be. I said, oh, so I guess Quentin Johnson is just a fantasy. Oh, no worries.
Well, I mean, he was doing something at the beginning of the year, but he ain't really been too much on shit these last couple.
They haven't gotten him involved, and Gaston started coming on.
Oh God!
It's only one ball.
So it's always
to get the ball. Amarian.
Gaston, if you're like that and you're good, the ball is gonna find you. It just is. It's just gonna find you.
Touche. Let's take a look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers injury report. And I misreported. I apologize. Levante David with DNP on Wednesday with an LP today. So we could be seeing him. Not really too worried. Mike Evans. Whoa.
Yeah, well, you seen that he got rolled up on a couple times in that Atlanta game. You remember when bro hit him and he fell on his whatchamacallit, his collarbone. Yeah.
Kobe,
but that happened. Yeah, that happened more than once in that game that he had like an awkward fall. So I'm not surprised by that, honestly.
Yeah. A couple of other guys too. Chris Godwin. the full participant on Wednesday, then DNP today. Yeah, interesting. K Dot and what are they limited in full? But he ain't been a factor this year. I ain't worried about K Dot, unfortunately. But yeah, that is your Thursday evening injury report from the Carolina Panthers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers matchup. What would you personally be calling Xavier Lee get if he would have dropped that pass that T-Mac dropped?
Why are we doing this, bro?
I'm just asking.
What does that mean? What does that mean, bro? What would I personally be calling him?
Like, would you be calling him a nigger and meaning it? That's all.
Like,
okay, don't worry.
Why is that the question, bro?
Well, just because it came to my brain, because I just think about like all of the Caucasians in our fan base that support us and things like that. And I just feel like they, along with yourself, behind closed doors, if Xavier Leggett would have been that,
that's crazy.
That's so funny to you.
Hey, bro, that's crazy.
I'm just saying, I do, bro. I do think it, bro. Because sometimes I be calling people that, you know what I'm saying, when they deserve to be called it. Sometimes I just say, you know what, them folks be on to something with my people sometimes.
So you think that I would just be rattling that off?
With that person in particularly, 1,000%. And I think every ounce of hate that comes behind it, you would mean every drop of it. But that's just how y'all niggas do with Xavier Leggett.
No, bro. I would just be calling them ass, just like I have throughout the duration of the season. Nothing crazy, simple, just ass.
Look, see, look. And Trey,
and I'm not gonna lie. I agree. Yeah, I actually do agree with that. So whatever I said in that game, and I just know it's something that can't be repeated. I just know that. So yeah, you're probably right, actually.
Yo, nah, for real. You got your play ready? Play today? I'm told y'all we wrapping this shit up early tonight, bro. I gotta eat. I feel like I'm fighting for my damn life over this bitch. You don't got your shit ready, huh?
I do. All right.
Why
I got a
FanDuel always got some damn new terms and conditions.
I got a 4-leg.
Small. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That ain't Puka, bro. I got a 4-leg. All right, plus 246. Carolina Panthers plus 7.5. T-Mac, 50 receiving yards. Bryce Young, 175 passing yards. The score, under 54.5 total points. Plus 246.
I have a 2-leg, and it's very simple. In order for us to win, this is what it's going to have to be. Carolina Panthers, money line. Bryce Young, 200-plus passing yards. If he can't do that, he's worthless. To me.
Well, he didn't have that last game, and he didn't play half bad.
That's very true. Dave Canales just got soft.
Yeah.
Dave Canales just got soft.
Pretty much.
Nigga went on the space and said he's just a punk-ass white boy. That's what the nigga said. I'm just quoting what somebody said in the space, in Vast Iron space after the game. And to be quite frank,
he didn't deserve all that.
Oh no, he 1,000% did. But we just say youth pastor, right? So he's a youth pastor. Shout out Dave Canales, man. I need to read his book. Shout out Dave. Score prediction. And you're pussy as fuck for only taking us to cover 7.5. Let your nuts drop, nigga. Money line. Panthers money line. Protect the bank.
All right. 24-17 Tampa Bay.
Huh?
Did you not hear me?
Oh, so our season ends this Sunday.
What has this team showed you thus far? What have they showed you? I'm going based off what they've showed me.
They've shown me that they beat the teams that they shouldn't, and they lose the teams that they shouldn't as well.
Correct.
believe
And
that
in this
Tampa Bay is a
situation,
team-
not to cut you off, but in this situation, knowing what you have stacked against you, knowing what you have in front of you, like you had last game against the Saints, they fuck off. So why would I believe that it would be anything different? Like I feel like okay.
Go ahead. You feel like what? Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Like I'm just saying, like I feel like it's not crazy to think that, you know, it wouldn't be the same thing. Or it doesn't have a chance to be the same thing. Like obviously I hope they win the game, but I can very much see this going the other way.
23-20 Carolina. Chat, he has no heart. That loss to New Orleans took his heart away. So when he gets on the pod on Tuesday morning, when y'all tune into the pod and the nigga get to dancing and doing all of that shit, just know that in his heart, he didn't believe it.
Bro, wasn't you the same way in what game was that? Was it the Dallas game? It was some game. I forgot. You was acting the same way, bro.
It was the Buffalo game, and we ended up getting fucked.
Yeah, but you
So,
came on.
there
You
wasn't no
came on
celebration
here. You
afterwards,
came
nigga.
on here talking crazy throughout the live stream just to predict us to lose. Though. Nigga,
Hey,
I don't.
twin. Hey, C Green. He think we pussy. See, but that's why you gotta watch the niggas that be around you, bro. Because sometimes they'll, you know what I'm saying. But then when it's really wartime, they'll get ducking. See, I'm glad you said it, and I didn't have to, bro. C Green said you think we pussy, and he do.
Now everybody's saying stand up. Not everybody. Okay, cool.
Yeah, stand up. They right. Look at this nigga. Hey, T. Thompson. Hey, T. Thompson. Grow a pair. Y'all niggas, y'all. Matter of fact, no, man. T. Thompson, I say that with all due respect. Don't walk down on me. We will be in the building Sunday. Don't walk down on me. I say with all due respect. But I just don't like when niggas just get the acting pussy behind. Oh, what? Tampa? Oh, wow. Baker Mayfield. Oh, yeah. MVP candidate, Mike Evans. Y'all niggas be pussy. Just like Terrence. Just soft shit. What was your score prediction again?
What did I say? 24-17?
Hey, chat, he thinks we're pussy. Perfect. That's a great way to end the show. Excuse me. Shout out to everybody that just joined. Hate to tell y'all, but y'all missed the fact or the point where I said I've been fasting the past couple of days and my fast is up. So sorry that y'all joined as late as y'all did, but we're shutting this shit down. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Oh, let me say this. Actually, let me do this real quick before we leave. Let me do this. Guys, go place your pre-order right now. 4PanthersFansOnly.com. If you're unfamiliar with the drop and what it looks like and what we've released, these are all available right now. 4PanthersFansOnly.com. And the OG Carolina Reaper tee is still available as well. If you can find it, you can buy it. If you can find the OG Reaper tee, you can buy it. Place your pre-orders. I'm going to go pick up the items tomorrow. So our manufacturer is done. Had to go pick those up. Hoping to get everything shipped out. Not even hoping to get everything shipped out. Everything will be shipped out Monday morning. Everything will be shipped out. We're going to go with priority so we can try our best to make it before Christmas. That is the goal. Go place your pre-orders right now, even when the pre-order window is closed. Actually, I think it's closed right now, but if you go purchase the items right now, trust me, you'll get your shit. So go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com right now. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the bio, or check that. The link is in the description right now of the video, where you can go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com right now and go purchase some FPFO X. I won't even say X Carolina Panthers because we don't have licensing. So FPFO X, just being the Panthers fan. Let's just say it like that. But got some hard ass shit up here for sure. A lot of y'all asked for the OG Reaper tee hoodie. and we delivered, of course, as we always do. I think that I might rock this bitch in the stadium on Sunday. Actually, I think I'm
I
going
got
with
one
that.
of them.
Of course you do.
Oh, bet.
T Mac, this shit hard as fuck too.
Yep, already got that hanging up. Don't wear that to the stadium. Yeah, I think I might bring out something new
This joint
Sunday.
right here. A couple niggas don't really like that one. This is just a classic. Like this gonna end up being a staple. Protect the bank. That shit fire there. I got a sample of that the other day. That shit gonna rock for sure. And then the Reaper 2.0. This shit fire too. Long sleeve t-shirt. Go get that. For PanthersFansOnly.com right now. Also, while we're wrapping up, if you haven't, make sure to tap in with us on social media at For Panthers Fans Only, Instagram and TikTok at FPFO_podcast. QJ, bye man. Hey QJ, just for that, like I was gonna do a long drawn out outro, but just for that, nigga, we're closing literally right this second. Hold on, because I saw a question. Oh yeah, nigga said that Reaper. Yeah, that Reaper hoodie is cold. Go get it, bro. It's only $65. And I mean, I say only. Like I'm not calling niggas broke or nothing like that. So I say only, like, but
Wow.
I understand like the economy is what it is right now. But I feel like $65 is a very competitive price for a great quality hoodie. I
It's
believe
a
it's
lot of
like
money.
18.5 ounces. So yeah, great quality. But if y'all see us outside on Sunday or this weekend at any point, say what's up for Showski. We will be in merch. So y'all be able to see y'all be able to see some of the merch in person if you're kind of hesitant on buying just because you're not familiar with the work that we do or the quality that we produce. I totally understand. But if you see us, say what's up. If y'all are going to the Tampa game, bro, DM us right now. DM us on IG right now, bro, so we can link up, get some drinks, take a couple shots. You know what I'm saying? Flick up, whatever the case may be. And yeah, shout out my young nigga PJ. I heard that the Carolina Panthers got in touch with him and his mom. Shout out PJ, man. You know what I'm saying? The movement type shit. Every time we got a little kid, you know what I'm saying? A little kid fan that get the buzzing a little bit, the Panthers are always successful. So PJ might be our lucky charm.
I hope that's the case.
Around. Damn it, I hope so too. Tune in Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. We'll be back with our fully produced episode. We will talk to y'all very soon. Peace.